Su Fan, a gentle, aspiring actor whose life takes an unexpected turn when he crosses paths with Lu Ting, a popular and enigmatic movie star. It's love at first sight for Su Fan, who vows to one day stand beside his idol. As fate would have it, their paths intertwine in the world of glitz and glamour. A fateful accident leaves Su Fan with amnesia, turning their lives upside down. In this turmoil, Lu Ting begins to reassess his life, his choices, and his heart. Sometimes, love needs a second chance. In the serene corner of a beautiful university library, Su Fan, a passionate junior with a love for cinema, was deeply engrossed in his books. The campus buzzed with excitement today, for the famed actor Lu Ting was scheduled to give a lecture. Though not easily swayed by celebrities, Lu Ting held a special place in Su Fan's heart. His movies had been Su Fan's solace through many lonely nights, inspiring him profoundly. On the day of the lecture, the autumn sun cast a warm glow, turning fallen leaves into a golden carpet across the campus paths. Su Fan found a spot among the crowd, his gaze fixed intently on Lu Ting, who was about to take the stage. Lu Ting's presence shone like a bright star, captivating everyone. Dressed in a simple black suit, his charm was undeniable. His voice, warm and deep, seemed to cast a spell, leaving the audience mesmerized. Su Fan listened, spellbound, as Lu Ting shared his journey in the performing arts, his struggles and triumphs. Each story, a testament to relentless effort and perseverance, deeply moved Su Fan. A thought arose in his heart. He aspired to be Lu Ting's peer, to stand on the same stage with him. After the lecture, Su Fan gathered his courage and approached Lu Ting, who was surrounded by professors. Their eyes met inadvertently, and Su Fan's heart raced. Taking a deep breath, he said, "Mr. Lu Ting, your speech was incredibly inspiring. I am a big fan of your work." Lu Ting responded with a slight smile, a hint of surprise in his eyes. "Thank you. I hope my stories have given you some inspiration." Su Fan's face lit up with a bright smile. "You've given me a lot of inspiration. I wish to become an actor too." Lu Ting nodded encouragingly. "Then strive for it. The path of acting isn't easy, but persistence always pays off." A warm surge of determination filled Su Fan. He nodded firmly, making a silent vow to himself. From that day forward, Su Fan's life seemed to have a new direction. He threw himself into studying acting and joined theater clubs, paving his way toward his dream. Clinging to the brief interaction with Lu Ting, it fueled his drive to succeed. Years flew by, and soon Su Fan graduated, carrying his aspirations and passion for performing arts. With resolve, he stepped into the star-studded world of show business, the very world where his journey to stand alongside Lu Ting would begin. After graduation, Su Fan entered the competitive world of show business. He auditioned for roles tirelessly, often facing rejection but never losing hope. His days were a blur of auditions, small roles, and endless practice. He knew that to reach Lu Ting, he needed to climb the ladder one rung at a time. One evening, at a small but bustling film festival, Su Fan's path crossed with Lu Ting's again. Su Fan was there as part of a minor production he had worked in, while Lu Ting was one of the guests of honor. Su Fan watched from a distance, his heart fluttering at the sight of Lu Ting. As fate would have it, a sudden downpour began, scattering the attendees. Su Fan found himself under the same shelter as Lu Ting. The sounds of raindrops blended with the murmur of the crowd, creating a cocoon of sound around them. Lu Ting, standing just a few feet away, was speaking to a director. Su Fan hesitated, but then mustered up his courage to approach him. He waited for a pause in their conversation before speaking. "Mr. Lu Ting, it's an honor to see you again. I'm Su Fan. We met once at my university," he said, his voice slightly trembling. Lu Ting turned, his eyes meeting Su Fan's. A flicker of recognition passed through his eyes. "Ah, yes, the aspiring actor. How has your journey been so far?" Su Fan's heart soared. It's been challenging but rewarding. I've learned a lot and am still learning. Lu Ting nodded approvingly. Perseverance is key in our field. Keep it up. The brief conversation ended as Lu Ting was called away, but that exchange lit a fire in Su Fan. He felt seen and acknowledged by the man he admired. Weeks later, Su Fan received an unexpected call. A casting director had seen him at the festival and wanted him to audition for a supporting role in a major upcoming film. Ecstatic, Su Fan prepared vigorously, determined to seize this opportunity. At the audition, Su Fan gave it his all, pouring every ounce of his emotion into the performance. The casting team was impressed. A few nerve-wracking days later, he received the call. He had gotten the part. But the biggest surprise came when he learned who the lead actor was. It was Lu Ting. The first day of shooting was a whirlwind. Su Fan arrived on set, his nerves taut with excitement and anxiety. He was finally going to act alongside Lu Ting. As he was getting his makeup done, he felt a presence behind him. Turning around, he saw Lu Ting approaching. "Su Fan, right? I heard about your casting. Congratulations," Lu Ting said, extending his hand. Su Fan shook it, feeling the warmth of Lu Ting's palm. "Thank you, Mr. Lu Ting. It's an honor to work with you." Lu Ting smiled. "Call me Lu Ting. We're colleagues now. I watched your audition tape. You've got talent. Keep it up." Their conversation was brief, but left Su Fan feeling exhilarated. He was no longer just a fan. He was Lu Ting's colleague. The filming process was intense and demanding, but Su Fan relished every moment. He observed Lu Ting's methodical approach to acting, his dedication to his craft. They had few scenes together, but each one was a learning experience for Su Fan. One late evening, after a long day of shooting, Su Fan sat alone on set, practicing his lines. Lu Ting walked over, holding 2 cups of coffee. "Long day, huh?" Lu Ting said, handing a cup to Su Fan. "Yes, but it's worth it," Su Fan replied, accepting the coffee. They sat in comfortable silence, sipping their coffee. The set was quiet, with only the soft hum of the night's breeze. "You remind me of myself when I started, full of passion and determination. Never lose that," Lu Ting said, looking into the distance. Su Fan felt a warmth spreading in his chest. "I won't. Thank you, Lu Ting." That night marked a subtle change in their relationship. Su Fan was no longer just another actor on set. He had begun to carve a place in Lu Ting's perception. As the filming continued, Su Fan's admiration for Lu Ting evolved into a deeper respect. He saw the man behind the actor, dedicated, thoughtful, and surprisingly approachable. The days on set with Lu Ting evolved into a series of subtle exchanges and glances, each moment laced with an unspoken affection. Su Fan often caught Lu Ting watching him with a contemplative look, a small smile playing on his lips. In these moments, Su Fan's heart would race, wondering what thoughts lay behind those deep, expressive eyes. One afternoon, during a break in shooting, Lu Ting approached Su Fan, a teasing glint in his eyes. "I've noticed you've been stealing glances," he said, his voice low and playful. Caught off guard, Su Fan felt his cheeks warm. I admire your work," he stammered. Lu Ting chuckled, his laughter rich and warm. "Admiration, huh? I suppose I can say the same." He paused, looking intently at Su Fan. "You have a unique presence, Su Fan. It's hard not to notice." Flustered, yet thrilled by Lu Ting's words, Su Fan tried to compose himself. "Thank you. That means a lot coming from you." Their conversations became frequent, often filled with light teasing and shared laughter. Lu Ting would sometimes lean in close, his proximity sending a thrill through Su Fan. Their eyes would meet, and for a moment, it felt like they were the only 2 people in the world. During a late-night shoot, they found themselves alone, rehearsing lines under the moonlight. "You're quite good at this romantic scene," Lu Ting commented, his gaze lingering a little too long. Su Fan felt a knot form in his stomach. "It's easy to act when the script is good, and the co-actor is compelling," he replied, his voice barely above a whisper. Lu Ting moved closer, his eyes searching Su Fan's. Is that all it is? Just acting? The air between them was charged with an unspoken tension. Su Fan's heart pounded in his chest, his mind racing. This was the moment he had been waiting for, yet fear held him back. Seeing Su Fan's hesitation, Lu Ting gently touched his arm. It's okay, Su Fan. We don't have to define this. Whatever this is. Not yet. The kindness in Lu Ting's voice gave Su Fan the courage he needed. Lu Ting, it's more than just acting for me. I've been trying to hide it, but I can't anymore. I'm drawn to you, not just as an actor, but as you, Lu Ting. Lu Ting's expression softened. He stepped closer, closing the space between them. Su Fan, I felt it too. This connection, it's undeniable. Su Fan's breath caught in his throat. So, what does this mean for us? Lu Ting smiled, a genuine, heartfelt smile. It means we explore this, together. We see where these feelings take us. In that moment, under the soft glow of the moonlight, Su Fan felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He had confessed his feelings, and Lu Ting had accepted them. They stood there, basking in the newness of their shared affection, knowing that this was just the beginning of something special. Their relationship blossomed subtly, yet surely. Each glance, each conversation brought them closer. In Lu Ting, Su Fan found not just a mentor or an inspiration, but a kindred spirit. And in Su Fan, Lu Ting found a fresh perspective and a genuine affection that he hadn't realized he was missing.